1978. I'm here with the talented and beautiful Ms. Gabby, and I just want to say thank you for being a guest on my talk show.
Thanks for having me.
Now, for people who want to know what my talk show is about, the whole point of my talk show is to show people that even with having a learning disability, I can still amount to something. And at the same time, I'm able to turn myself into an example for people out there dealing with any types of learning disabilities and disabilities. But you should never give up, and you should prove to people you can still amount to something. But labels do not dictate who you are or who you're going to be. So it should be hashtag prove them. I can't even do it. It's hashtag, because I have two slogans. It's never give up and prove people wrong. And also I say hashtag break the labels. But
I like that.
So which one do you like more?
I like hashtag break the labels because I feel like I've heard never give up before.
Right.
That's more unique to you, I feel like.
Oh, absolutely. And I know some people would say I'm like John Cena, never, hustle, loyalty, respect, never give up. So, like you said, break the labels. It's unique. It's different.
Yeah.
That being said, it's a normal conversation. You can ask me anything you want. Supporting a good cause, making a friend out of it. So
sure.
I'm going to ask you some easy questions, then some hard-hitting ones. Then I'm going to take commercial break and then pass the show over to you. You can ask me anything you like. And
okay.
Starting off, what can you tell us about yourself?
About me?
Yes.
So I wrote and hosted the Elite Daily Show on Verizon's Go 90. We had 423 episodes. The last couple of episodes are coming out right now. I also do stand-up comedy. I've written a bunch of dating articles for Elite Daily, Pop Sugar, Hello Giggles, and Thought Catalog. And yeah, I'm just kind of, I live a lot in the dating world, although right now I'm in a happy relationship. But I think I've dated a lot in my 20s, and I have a lot of expertise, and I can give you dating advice. I have a podcast with my therapist called Asking for a Friend, where we give dating advice and life advice to people. You get it from the professional perspective from my therapist, the licensed therapist, former therapist, and then also my perspective as well.
Hey, well, I do have a couple questions for you, but
sure.
I get to that in a couple minutes.
Yeah.
But the first one I was going to ask you is, when you were growing up, did you do any sports? Were you athletic? And when you were in college, were you studying or a party animal?
Okay, so my parents made me do sports as a kid, but I am not very athletic. I was more of a theater kid, indoor kid growing up. I've been performing theater since I was 6 years old. I've been in plays since then. And then in college, I was both. I loved to study, and I took college really seriously. I thought that was like my career almost, and but at the same time I was in a sorority, so I did the whole work hard, play hard mentality, but probably worked harder than I played in college.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah.
My last other question I was going to ask you is, actually before I ask you that one, I'll ask you something else. What did you major in?
I was a double major, so I majored in broadcast journalism and writing for television and film.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Was it hard?
Sorry?
No, was it hard getting two majors?
It was hard. I had to do summer school because I was doing two majors. So I had to spend an extra semester in college to make that happen. It also was hard financially because it's a lot. You have to pay for two majors.
Right.
And I'm still paying off my student loans.
And my last easy question for you is, did you ever get the chance to do one of those human pyramids?
Human pyramids?
Yes.
Did I ever study that in college?
Well, I mean, like, in general, just for fun, did you ever get the chance to do one of those human pyramids?
Oh, I know what you're talking about. No, well, I tried out for cheerleading in high school, but I never actually did the tryout. I just did they had this thing called a clinic where they taught you the skills to be a cheerleader,
right.
And then you could try out, but it conflicted with the tryouts for Music Man, which is a musical, and I really wanted to be in theater, so I had to make the decision, do I want to be a cheerleader, or do I want to be in theater? And I chose theater over it.
All right. Well, I do have some pyramid questions for you if you're interested.
Okay, sure. I've never done it though, so I hope I can still be of help.
Hey, don't knock it till you try it, right?
Okay, sure.
So my first question is, what do you do, the side by side, or what do you do to stack?
I feel like the goal, it's kind of, pyramids scare me because I'm a little scared of heights, right? So you do what, like, you have your base and you keep going up and up and up. Like, I feel like you want to be the base because that feels safe, you don't have to climb, but at the same time, you're supporting a lot of weight, right?
Right.
But then if you're on top, there's the issue of, like, you could fall and hurt yourself. So, I don't know.
Well, my next question is, what would you want to be? Top, bottom, or middle?
I honestly, I would not want to have any involvement with the human pyramid. It just sounds too scary to me.
No, hypothetically speaking.
Hypothetically speaking, I get, okay, the top if I didn't fall. How about you?
I'm a loser. I love that stuff. So I would say all three.
All 3 levels?
Right.
Have you been in a human pyramid?
Huh?
Have you been in a human pyramid?
I want to if you want to help me out.
Oh, I'm okay. Thank you, though.
I know, I'm a loser. I always wanted to do one since I was 4.
You always wanted to do sport, so you were more of a sports person?
Yes.
Interesting. And wait, so you said you have a learning disability. What's the learning disability? You don't have me asking.
No, it's fine. I'm pretty much like you, only I learn at a slower pace. So
okay.
Basically, I learn, like, hands-on. So I'll give you an example. Say you're doing a script for the show.
Right.
So basically, you say, okay, here's the script. That's fine. For me, if you hand it to me, it's going to go right over my head. So if you take the time to sit down with me and go over it a couple of times, it will eventually sink in.
Got it.
So it takes me a longer time to go over it.
Got it. That makes sense. Are you? I'm mildly dyslexic. I don't know if you knew that.
Nope, did not know it.
So I'm a little dyslexic. So I understand learning disabilities a lot, but my dyslexia is not crippling though at all. I'm still able to. I read teleprompter a lot for work, and I'm fine with that. But I have to go over the copy a lot before reading it. Otherwise, I'll flip things.
No, I understand. I pretty much learn hands-on than being told what to do.
Got it. I like hands-on learning better, for sure.
Now, my next question I was going to ask you is, who influenced you to start your career, and how many years have you been in your career?
So I guess I've been writing and performing since I was, like, again, as I said, like 6 years old, but I've also, like, professionally, I've been professionally writing and performing for the last, I don't know, I would say maybe, like, under 10, like, since I graduated college, I guess, professionally, I've gotten people who paid me to act or write. But I've had a lot of mentors. One was I used to always never get the leads growing up in plays that I did at my hometown and in like middle school, high school. I would always get like a really embarrassing role or like a chorus member or whatever. But I used to go to a summer camp in Maine, and there was a director of our plays there. Her name was Raz, and she always gave me the leads, and she really was a big fan of me and saw the talent in me, and she definitely supported me and like was part of my main influences. And then when I went to college and how I knew Raz was right all along and that I was pursuing the right thing, I was in college and I was actually a broadcast journalism major, and I did that because my parents wouldn't let me pursue acting in college because I didn't have a great track record in high school. So I went to pursue, news reporting because Anchorman was a thing, and I kind of always wanted to like be funny and perform, but I was like, I could be a serious journalist. I acted and I used to write for the paper. I love writing. It made sense. And then my sophomore year of college, I was scouted by the executive producer of Friends, who was an artist in residence at Emerson. And so he came in to help kids learn how to make pilots, which is the first episode of a TV show. And he saw talent in me too. And I worked with him in college, writing and performing in like 4 pilots that I did in college. And that was what made I picked up the double major in writing for television because of him. And then I also had another teacher who was my TV writing teacher, who was a writer for Full House, and her name is Marnie Cook, and she taught me everything I know about TV writing. So a combination of those 3 definitely influenced my career for sure.
Now, my 2 new questions that just came up with.
Sure, sorry, that's a lot, I know.
Because you just mentioned those 2 names. Which one would you think gave you more insight of the business, number 1, Full House or Friends? And were you ever offered a guest spot to be on any of the shows?
Well, unfortunately, the 2 shows were canceled by the time I had met either of these people, so
Right.
no. But Kevin definitely gave, Kevin Bright, who was my mentor, the executive producer of Friends, gave me a lot of opportunities at Emerson, which is amazing. And then Marty Cook, who was the writer from Full House, helped me a lot, gave me a lot of great feedback on scripts, and was also like such a big cheerleader of mine, like early on. And I'm writing a book right now, and Marty gave me a quote for my book, which is really awesome. So like, 'cause she also published a book called Right to TV, which is all about helping people who have ideas for TV shows how to get their idea to become a TV show.
Hey, I can't even speak. Well, on an example of this, what can you say? What would the steps be about getting on TV? Say for me, for an example, do you think I'm in the right position, or do you think I need to step up the game?
Well, I mean, you know what? The biggest thing you're doing it, right? You like made a show for yourself. You're putting it on YouTube. You're putting yourself out there. You're cold calling people. You're reaching out to people. I think that's like 80% of the work, you know?
Yeah.
So I would just like definitely encourage you to keep doing what you're doing, and, you know, and that someone will, like, I mean, it sounds like enough people has anyone believed in you?
Can I have like an example?
Yeah, well, I feel like, I mean, like I was saying, you asked me who believes in me. I feel like there must be people that are believing in you to get you to this stage, right?
Not really.
Really? Everyone's telling, well, so maybe that's it. Maybe people telling you no is what's telling yourself yes, which is just as incredible.
No, absolutely. I don't mean to bitch to you. I apologize.
No, I feel you. Look, I've been told no many times, so I get it.
No, that's all my life. I was labeled as, handicapped, or, retarded, mentally disturbed. I'm not qualified. I'm not good enough. I was never going to amount to anything. I was going to end up in a group home. And so I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to show you with all these labels. I'm going to turn a weakness into a strength. And 4 years ago, during this time, actually, a month ago, June of 2013, I started my talk show. Don't ask me why. Seemed like a good idea at the time. I was doing all phone interviews.
Mm-hmm.
And people would say to me, and still get to me, "Oh, Keith, you had this great format. Why aren't you as big or bigger than you portray yourself to be? Why don't you have people helping you? Why don't you have sponsors? Oh, would you like to help me with it?" No, if you can't do it yourself, it's not meant to be. I got annoyed when I hung up and said, like, "Yeah, thanks a lot, asshole." And one guy, can't remember where I got him from, probably from LinkedIn, said to me, "Do your show over and try a different format." And thanks to him, and thanks to you, we're back up to 378.
Amazing.
If you really want to think about it and get me fired up, I actually did over 600 interviews. The problem is, say, I don't know, I met you the first time. First time I got over 300. And little by little, people would say, my agent said, or my publicist said, you ask a lot of stupid questions. We don't like the video quality, because I was recording from my phone, from the camera.
Mm-hmm.
And then, if you go look at my work, season 1, you only sort of guess. You didn't see me. In season 2, you only sort of guess. It was only season 3 and 4 where it's cut in half. You see both of us. And so people would say, we don't like the video quality. You ask a lot of stupid questions. I thought you were a charity case, and I thought you would help me with my career. We don't want to be associated with people like you. So I said, screw it. And people said to me, you're not, my sister said to me, you're not copyrighted, you're not trademarked, and you have to be. So I said, fine. I went to a lawyer. I said, can I ask you a couple questions? And I said, he said to me, one, you do not have to be copyrighted because you're not making any money. Number one, because that's $2,000. And you would only be pissing away $2,000 because you're not making any money. One.
Mm-hmm.
Two, you do not have to be copyrighted because you have an online presence. Number two, And number 3, your biggest mistake was you weren't taking, as you know, you signed a permission form. And as the people who are now on my show, I introduce myself, I tell you what the show is about, and you agree you want me to interview you. My biggest mistake was I was not doing any permission forms, and I was taking people at their word.
Right.
So from 300, I took everything down, I redid it, and thanks to you, we're back up to 378. So in total...
Congratulations.
Yeah, I appreciate it. And thanks to you, we're back up to the number. And, you know, I should have been doing this from the start, but I wasn't. You're either got to learn or it's trial by fire. You either got to burn or you got to sizzle out. So I kind of sizzled out, and I said, you know what, I want to do this until I die. That's how passionate I am. So I just said, screw it, do it over.
Well, and you know, passion is half the battle, for sure. Like, being passionate about something is amazing.
No, absolutely. And I was originally called Uncensored because I'm a big wrestling fan. And I always thought it was cool how it says Snickers and Hershey presents WWE Monday Night Raw. And I was like, well, I have the KeithAndrewNetWork.
Right.
Well, why not come up with the name, say the KeithAndrewNetWork presents Uncensored? And there's a long, boring story about that. Basically, a celebrity took my idea, and it was stupid. So when I did my show over, I said, you know what, I have the KeithAndrewNetWork brand. Might as well use that. So I erased everything from Uncensored to just the KeithAndrewNetWork. And, you know, you live and learn, make a long story short.
Totally. Well, I think it's so great that you're doing what you're doing and that you're not letting people tell you no, and, like, you are doing the work, so you are, and I think you're a great interviewer. You asked me some really great questions. So, yeah.
I'm unique.
You're very unique, and that's great, you know? Like, don't, like, keep being you. Like, don't let people change that, you know?
No, absolutely. Now, we're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, I'm going to pass the show over to you.
Oh, cool, okay.
A message for yourself or as a gift for someone else. For personal connections, shout-outs, birthdays, proposals, weddings, and much more. Enter your details about yourself so the celebrity can record a personal video message especially for you, including details such as your name, age, birthday, hobbies, or whatever else you include. As soon as the video has been recorded, you'll get an email with your link so you can share it on social media or download and keep it. Celebrities record videos as and when they can, usually within 2 weeks. But if you want a video for a specific date and it does not look like it will arrive in time, you can cancel it and get an instant refund at the click of a button. There are hundreds of celebrities to choose from and many more joining every day. Search by category or genre, buy a gift voucher, get updates and offers, and encourage your favorite celebrities to join so they can connect with fans in a fun and unique way. Raise money for their charities and much more. So order your video now for yourself or for someone else.
378. I'm here with the beautiful and talented Gabby. I just want to say thank you for putting up with me.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Now, with the last 10 minutes left of the show, I'm going to pass it over to you. Was there anything you wanted to talk about? Anything you wanted to know? This is your time, after all.
Sure. Well, I think I kind of hit it with, like, definitely check out the Elite Daily Show on Go90, which is an app. And if you also go to go90.com and search the Elite Daily Show, we have 423 episodes of amazing content. Our last 23 are really amazing. I did a one-woman show in it called Gabi Conti the Musical, which was great to go back to my musical theater roots. I have a friend of mine, another co-host of mine, Zach Noe Towers, and I have a really funny episode called The Diva Off you have to check out. And all the episodes are really great. Jamie Peterson and David Brown also worked on everything. They directed it and wrote everything with me. And also the whole cast is amazing. You should definitely check that out. And, you know, I also, GabiConti.com is a great way to stay in touch with me and see what I've been up to. My Instagram and Twitter and everything like that is there. And my podcast, Asking for a Friend, is also a great resource. We come up every other week, and we tackle any questions you need, life advice, dating advice, whatever. We got you, and you can do it under the guise if you're asking for a friend, so it doesn't feel the pressure of, you know, like saying something that might be sacred to you. So we definitely recommend checking that out too.
No, absolutely. I do have a couple questions for you off the air.
Sure.
My last two questions for you is number one, how can people follow you on social media? Are you on LinkedIn, States 32?
The best way to follow me on social media is Instagram and Twitter, and I'm at its Gabi GABI Conti CONTI. So at its Gabi Conti on Instagram and Twitter, and then if you want to follow the Elite Daily Show, we're at the Elite Daily Show on Instagram and Twitter as well, or Elite Daily Show, no V for that. Elite Daily Show on Instagram and Twitter.
And my last question for you is, when I first approached you to be a guest on my talk show, what was your first reaction? And after being a guest on it, how do you feel now?
Well, I was honestly really I've done the same thing you do, where I cold call or cold reach out to people that I don't know and ask them to be a guest on the Elite Daily Show. And I'm sorry that the show's over and we can't have you as a guest, but I've done that before. So I definitely respect the hustle that you reached out. And so congratulations on 378 episodes. That's a big accomplishment. Congratulations to you for that. So I definitely was and I think it's great that you overcame your disability and you overcame people telling you no, because a lot of that has been what I've done in my career. So I really respect that. And congratulations on all your success. So I was happy to be on the show and to help out. And then after being on it, it feels like time well spent. And I'm sorry, I do have to cut it short in a little bit, but it was great being on your show. And I hope that I provided you with information that was useful.
No, absolutely. I do have a couple questions for you off the air about wrapping up our interview segment. It was a real honor and privilege to have you as a guest, and I'm looking forward to part 2.
Okay, what's part 2?
Oh, that's in a couple of months in a year. We can just do a follow-up.
Okay, sure. Sounds great.